She is paving the path in her second year of college, establishing and breaking records, receiving comparisons to basketball icons, and she is still a few years away from turning pro. But who motivates Juju Watkins? The USC star has continued the momentum sparked by the rivalry between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese in the NCAA. While they have taken that rivalry to the WNBA, gaining significant popularity, Juju is concentrating on the bigger picture. As the women of Troy commence the 2024-25 season with strength, thanks to their leading scorer, Watkins shared her thoughts with Forbes about her ascent to fame. As the all-time leading scorer among Division I freshmen last season, Juju envisions a promising future in the growing WNBA. When questioned about the league's rise in fame and success, she highlighted that the credit shouldn't be attributed solely to Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese. "Yeah, I'm a big A'ja Wilson fan," she stated, clearly implying that her idol and the current MVP deserves acknowledgement for the league's achievements. If that didn't make it clear enough, she elaborated on her admiration for A'ja. "So I'm more of a player person, not really teams. But, I love my LA Sparks being from LA. But I'm a big A'ja fan. Just the way she's so dominant on the floor is really inspiring." When she finally brought up the WNBA's expansion, it was to express her eagerness to be part of it in the future. "And just to see the growth in women's basketball, it's something to really look forward to as I continue this journey. My goal is just to continue to push the game forward and play to the best of my abilities." The admiration is mutual between A'ja and Juju, as shown in several recent exchanges like the ESPYs. There were no references to Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, her rivals when she guided USC to its first Elite Eight appearance in 30 years. Interestingly, the comparisons to CC are not overlooked by her. Juju Watkins is the new phenomenon in the NCAA whose scoring prowess is drawing comparisons to NBA legends. While many see a Carmelo Anthony in her, Melo himself likened her to the GOAT due to her potential in the WNBA. Yet, her influence on women's basketball seems to be a continuation of the Caitlin Clark effect. State Farm recognized this when they granted Watkins the same contract they had with Clark at Iowa. Following the announcement of her new sponsorship, Watkins acknowledged the similarities to CC and stated, "I strive to be my authentic self and play my game." While comparisons can create pressure, Watkins excels at managing it. "I don't dwell on the comparisons or the pressure, instead, I just focus on enjoying myself, doing what I do, and keeping up the hard work. That's my mindset consistently." She is already on a distinct path to achievement. Presently, Juju Watkins must manage her duties while keeping the women of Troy competitive in the championship race. Chicago Sky forward Angel Reese recently paused her busy routine to participate in ComplexCon in Las Vegas, where she discussed her basketball journey with Speedy Mormon. After a standout rookie season in the WNBA, Reese reflected on her experiences and opened up about her connection with Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark. Compartir en Telegram. Compartir en WhatsApp. Enviar por email. WNBA. Angel Reese has not made her debut in Unrivaled and is already seeking assistance. WNBA. Angel Reese discloses her secret relationship and leaves everyone wondering about who is genuinely in her life. Chicago Sky forward Angel Reese recently took a break from her busy routine to participate in ComplexCon in Las Vegas, where she shared insights about her basketball journey with Speedy Mormon. Following an impressive rookie season in the WNBA, Reese discussed her experiences and shared details about her connection with Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark. During the conversation, Mormon asked about Reese's perceived rivalry with Clark, especially after they faced each other in the 2024 Rookie of the Year competition, where Clark ultimately won the accolade. Fans haven't improved the situation that overshadowed the entire WNBA season. Fans often heightened the narrative of a rivalry between the two athletes, but Reese clarified that there were no ill feelings between them. "I don't think it's just her fans, it's fans overall," Reese explained to Speedy Mormon. "People forget that at the end of the day, we're human. You all observe us. Keeping that in mind, it's just basketball. I promise you, it's just basketball. I don't hold any hard feelings towards her. She doesn't have any hard feelings towards me, but yes, it can get intense at times." Reese acknowledged that while fans might sometimes take the rivalry too seriously, the competition itself was simply a part of the sport. She and Clark have a long history, competing since their AAU days and continuing their rivalry in college, with Reese at LSU and Clark for Iowa. In their first season in the WNBA, they faced off 4 times, with Clark's Fever winning the series 3-1. She and Clark have a long history, competing since their AAU days and continuing their rivalry in college, with Reese at LSU and Clark for Iowa. In their first season in the WNBA, they faced off 4 times, with Clark's Fever winning the series 3-1. Reese's first season in the WNBA was remarkable. She averaged 13.6 points and 13.1 rebounds per game, leading the league in rebounding. Notably, Reese was the only rookie to maintain a double-double average, establishing her as one of the league's most exciting young talents. NBA Hall of Famer Magic Johnson received praise from many basketball enthusiasts for his thoughtful advice to Indiana Fever rookie Caitlin Clark. In a recent segment on Jimmy Kimmel Live, he urged Clark to reach out to Larry Bird, his past opponent. The seasoned Boston Celtic began his storied basketball journey in Indiana, where he was raised in French Lick before attending Indiana State University. "Let me provide Caitlin with some advice," Johnson said. "Reach out to Larry Bird, ask for his insights. Indiana, he's already there, and he could offer her exceptional support on how to handle this situation because he has lived it himself. Therefore, it would be a perfect setup. He grew up there, was raised in Indiana, among other things. I believe it would be fantastic." Fans on social media quickly commended Johnson for the valuable guidance he extended to Clark. "Wise counsel from a Hall of Famer," one person noted on MSN, with another remarking, "Very insightful, sage advice as you would expect from Magic Johnson. Look to the champions for direction. They've experienced it." Johnson and Bird had many encounters during their decade-long rivalry, consistently facing off while representing the Los Angeles Lakers and Celtics, respectively. While they didn't always agree, one fan thinks their shared love for basketball ultimately connected them. The beautiful thing about the Magic/Bird rivalry is that they both had the same passion for the game, which was the bond, user Burial stated. It also helps that they're both genuinely good people. No matter which side you supported, a hero's greatness is only as impactful as their rivals. The stronger the villain, the stronger the hero. Expand article logo. Continue reading. The rivalry among NBA icons has been likened by many to the ongoing on-court battles between Clark and Chicago Sky rookie Angel Reese, who have frequently competed at both the collegiate and professional levels. Responding to this common comparison, Kimmel asked Johnson, "What do you think of these WNBA players? Angel Reese, and Caitlin Clark, who many compare to the Larry Bird and Magic Johnson of the WNBA, does that resonate with you?" The 64-year-old replied, "I appreciate it, and they are indeed alike." Many MSN commenters agreed with Johnson's perspective. As Gerard Gregory remarked, "I'm glad someone finally recognized this. It's essentially the modern Bird versus Johnson rivalry." However, others disagreed with this idea. As Michael Hulsey responded, "Magic and Bird were rivals, but they were never jealous of each other. That's the main difference. They didn't behave in a petty manner." Last week, Reese stated that the increase in new WNBA fans wasn't due to any single player. Some viewed the comment as a direct critique of Clark, who is frequently credited with bringing national attention to the WNBA. Individuals you might not expect to engage in discussions about women's basketball are doing so. Supporters are attending the games. Celebrities are present at games. Venues are reaching full capacity, Reese noted. "The reason for our interest in women's basketball does not rest solely on one person. It also involves my contribution. I want you all to recognize that." The new 3x3 unrivaled league encountered another major setback on Thanksgiving as Las Vegas Aces star Kelsey Plum opted out of the tournament. She announced the decision on Instagram, stating, "I've decided not to take part in the inaugural season of Unrivaled to spend some extra time focusing on myself this offseason. I appreciate the league's understanding and support. I wish the league and all participants nothing but success, and I'm excited to watch." This comes after Caitlin Clark's decision to abstain from the off-season event despite rumors of a 7-figure offer. The unrivaled season is scheduled to begin on January 17 and wrap up in March, with the subsequent WNBA season expected to start in May. Plum was included on the roster of the Laces, one of 6 teams formed for the tournament. She was to join Kayla McBride, Alyssa Thomas, Courtney Williams, Kate Martin, and Stephanie Dolson on the team. At 30, Plum took part in 44 games for the Aces last season and also achieved Olympic gold with Team USA in Paris. Earlier in 2024, Plum ended her marriage with former NFL player Darren Waller after less than a year of being wed. "I am devastated. I went through so much for that man, but now I understand it's time to move forward," Plum conveyed on X. "God has blessed me with a wonderful life, and I am truly thankful for the love from my family and friends. One day I will share my story, but today is not that day. Thank you for helping me process my pain, forgive, and move on. Today and every day, I will choose happiness." Caitlin Clark is a prominent figure in women's basketball and women's sports. Is she a more significant star than some NBA players? Bill Simmons believes so. The media figure questioned whether Clark was a more prominent under-30 star compared to any NBA player yet to reach 30. These names would include players like Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jason Tatum, and Anthony Edwards, among others. And these players are not categorized as the top under 30. These athletes are widely acknowledged as the best in the game, regardless of age. However, two commentators argue it is not even open for debate. I genuinely had no interest in women's college basketball a decade ago in any capacity. Hence, I believe some elements have evolved. The level of play is now more enjoyable to watch. She seems to be a driving force indicating a turning point. We are now in the after, Simmons remarked. Her fame has changed many conversations about sports, especially women's sports, Chuck Klosterman stated. A contributing factor is that it has become quite difficult for a male player to achieve recognition at the collegiate level in basketball, while it still appears quite possible for a female. Some of Clark's regular season matches drew larger crowds than playoff games without her, and her matchups with Angel Reese attracted some of the biggest audiences in the league's history. The basketball environment has experienced a significant shift this year with Caitlin Clark's impactful entry into the W. As the league's popularity grew, the top draft pick became the key factor in the Indiana Fever's rise, making them essential viewing for fans. Now, an NBA analyst boldly asserts that Clark's impact exceeds that of any current player, regardless of gender. Throughout the WNBA season, Clark's name consistently made headlines as she effortlessly broke records both on the court and beyond. Her immense star power has gained such traction that Bill Simmons from The Ringer stated she has now outshined every NBA player under 30 in fame. Her stardom has changed the dialogue about sports, particularly women's sports, Simmons remarked on his podcast. I must admit, a decade prior, I was not particularly interested in women's college basketball. It's remarkable to witness the noticeable improvement in gameplay that has made it significantly more enjoyable to watch. Clark appears to be a transformative presence, as if there was a before, and now we are firmly in the after. Clark's effect on women's basketball is extraordinary. She has moved from a celebrated college career at Iowa to one of the most exceptional rookie seasons in WNBA history. Her accolades include being named Rookie of the Year, earning All-Star honors, and securing a spot on the All-WNBA first team, in addition to leading the league in assists. Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark spent part of her Thanksgiving indulging in her passion and surrounded by family. Technically, she wasn't playing basketball since the WNBA is in its off-season. Instead, the 22-year-old was seen attending a college basketball game on Thursday night. Clark attended another Butler University game, where her boyfriend, Connor McCaffrey, is an assistant coach for the Bulldogs. This time, however, the WNBA All-Star journeyed to Mullett Arena in Tempe, Arizona to support her partner. Clark is currently 1,691.5 miles away from her home in Indianapolis to attend the game on Thanksgiving night. Notably, she brought her entire family along. In the image above, the reigning WNBA Rookie of the Year is seated next to her two brothers, Blake and Colin, along with her parents, Brent and Ann. The fact that she traveled to Tempe, Arizona to be with McCaffrey is significant, but having her entire family with her for a game on one of the year's major holidays adds even more importance. McCaffrey has been very encouraging of Clark's career, having been present at multiple Fever games last season. This time, it's the ex-Iowa standout who is stepping into the role of a supportive partner. According to Yahoo Entertainment, Clark and McCaffrey started their relationship in April 2023. It has now been more than a year and a half since they began their prominent relationship, and they appear to be flourishing together.